exactly according to plan. Nutritionist Laura Nemes says grocers do a lot to get more of your money beyond putting candy at the front. Placement matters. Pre-sliced cheese in the milk section can be half the price of freshly cut cheese at the deli counter. And there's a reason all those variations of Oreos and Cheerios dominate the actual aisles. Take the large displays on the end of every aisle.
Look, not always are they good buys, but it's placed there to entice you to purchase.
You ever see a zero-gravity reclining massage chair with heat, full back support, and the price tag of a takeout dinner?
Stocking up on groceries, especially around days when families gather like today. 10 News consumer reporter John Horn shows us how increasingly some stores are making that a challenge.
Christy Neal says it happens to her, especially when her kids see the sugary treats at the checkout line.
More characters, more colors, sounds, lights, put the toys up front.
Ever come out of a place like that and realized you've spent way too much? It's because the grocery stores know how to get you to shell out that extra cash. But you can be armed with ways to keep yourself from overspending the next time you go grocery shop.
At $236.99, this isn't a typo or a refurbished gimmick. It's a moment before inflation slams the door on comfort you can actually afford. In the next 60 seconds, I'll show you why this deal defies every rule of retail logic, and why waiting even a week could mean paying triple to get that same pain-free recline. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video.
And as for candy at the front, Nemes says there are much better buys waiting for you in the actual candy aisle far back from the checkout line. It's harder to spot the smaller, more affordable brands.
The more shelf space they have, the more the consumers will see their products, which leads to more purchase.
The Senate examined supermarket pricing, calling on his experience working for suppliers dealing with the big grocers. They'll have their say.
Let's start with that zero-gravity massage chair sitting on a Walmart page for $236. You scroll past it and think it has to be one of those typo listings or stripped-down fakes that leaves out half the parts. But no, this one comes with the real gear. A motorized full recline that lifts your legs above your heart, built-in heat, lumbar padding thick enough to make your couch jealous, and a massage system that works down your spine instead of buzzing like a cheap seat cushion.
The MC1630 has a segmented and flexible self-adapted SL track, which in my opinion is the biggest highlight to this Minto line. For me in particular, it feels customized to my size and shape. The workmanship is really good. The materials used are durable and the fabric is soft. The vegan leather and the trim overall just seemed a little bit more luxurious in feel and look. Also, the touchscreen is intuitive, and we haven't encountered any bugs or quirks. You'll feel this when they scan your body and adapt with your sides as the tracks adjust itself. The second highlight I want to mention is this chair can achieve a deeper zero-gravity angle, specifically a 170-degree position than others.
Chairs with that setup usually flirt with the $1,000 mark, occasionally more if they wear a designer badge or add Bluetooth speakers you never use. Most shoppers treat that kind of comfort like it belongs to some higher tier of adult life. The spa set, the corner office crowd, the ones who don't think twice about spending a paycheck on posture. When you pass them on display at the mall, there's that unspoken rule. Look, try, then walk away before the salesman asks your credit score. Yet somehow this same piece of gear is sitting in a big box cart for a price closer to a mid-range vacuum. Pull the thread and the story gets weirder. High-end goods should be going up right now, not crashing. Everything that runs on motors, metal, or upholstery has climbed since pandemic shortages turned supply lines into a calculator nightmare. Furniture costs blew past normal inflation once people started nesting at home. That spike never fully reset, even after the shipping backlog eased. But while that chart bends north, this chair drops like a clearance toaster. You can trace what makes it so odd by looking backward. During the lockdown stretch, this product segment inflated faster than the average grocery bill. Some models doubled in price when factories paused. Retailers acted like scarcity justified the markup. Consumers swallowed it because comfort turned into a survival tool. Now, a few years later, inflation looms again, but this one chair refuses to follow the crowd. That isn't stability, it's a market glitch. Think about how rare that is. The parts that make zero gravity possible, Pivot hinges, durable motors, reinforced steel sit squarely in the price range affected most by rising material costs. Copper wiring, synthetic leather, foam padding, none of that got cheaper. So how does a full-body recliner with heat therapy land under $300? The math doesn't pencil out unless someone's clearing stock faster than demand can catch it. The details anchor the absurdity. You're not looking at a flimsy camping recliner dressed up with buzzwords. This thing reclines to near horizontal, warms the lower back, and delivers uniform pressure across your spine. It's functional design, not novelty. You find those specs, copy-paste them into another shopping tab, and the price jumps to triple at every other store. Here's the real kicker. The cheaper it gets now, the harder it's going to recoil. Luxury goods don't idle at the bottom. They swing. Once inflation pushes raw materials further, any retailer sitting on low-margin comfort products will yank the price up overnight. That's what makes this chair an accidental inflation hedge. You're locking in comfort at pre-surge cost. Walmart's own system fuels how fast this deal disappears. Their inventory moves like a treadmill. Models rotate quarterly. Departments flush overstock instead of storing it. When they decide an item cycle ends, it doesn't reappear with a modest bump. It vanishes completely, replaced by a version that costs double. So this run of chairs isn't just discounted, it's on borrowed time. The online comments call it too good to last. And for once, that's not a cliche. Once these pallets clear, they won't linger in the back waiting for the next rollback event. That brevity is what marks the deal as rare. If you've ever chased a Walmart clearance item, you know the rhythm. One day it's there, next day the listing redirects to a higher priced variant. What we're seeing with this chair might signal something larger. Patterns like this, luxury priced like clearance, don't occur in isolation. They often precede a shake in how stores value comfort goods across multiple departments. You start with a recliner, then notice a retro mini fridge dipped below $150, a bed frame scraping $300, electronics quietly slipping past their usual markup thresholds. It's the same economic pressure venting through different aisles. So that zero-gravity chair isn't just an odd bargain. It's the early warning siren that retail math is about to correct itself. Deals like this appear before a reset, a quick gasp before prices rebound. Today you can sit weightless for $200. A month from now, that same seat might cost as much as your utility bill for the whole summer. And this pattern doesn't stop at furniture. The same disappearing act is now creeping into other corners of Walmart where logic takes a holiday and the price tags can't keep up. When inflation hits, luxury and comfort are the first things to sprint out of reach. That zero-gravity chair, the electric desk frame, even the heated throw blankets, all of them turn back into status items overnight. What feels like a casual splurge right now is actually a freeze frame before prices lurch upward. Waiting means paying triple for the same shot of comfort. This isn't hype, it's timing and basic economics. Grab the deals while they're fighting to stay under retail radar. And if you want the next hidden value before it vanishes, subscribe so you don't miss the next round.